Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023 M240i. It is in Black Sapphire, and this is a customer ordered car. It's lightly spec'd. It's also the rear-wheel drive version, so it's the first time that we're getting a rear-wheel drive M240i. That's new for 2023. Let's talk about this one, G42. So powered by the B58 inline-six turbo engine, 382 horsepower, 369 torques. Let's talk about this one in particular. So, you don't have the Shadowline package, so you do have cerium gray around the vehicle. So, especially on the kidney grills here. Then on the adaptive LEDs, you've got sort of that goldish cerium gray type little insert highlight. Looks pretty nice. Goes well against Black Sapphire. So over on the side, we have our 791M wheels in black with the blue calipers as well. So 4-piston up front, single piston floating caliper in the rear. Did not opt for the 50th anniversary BMW M emblems. That is an option that is $200 on the M Performance models. And moving around out back, got our distinctive tail lights. M240i badging in cerium gray. An aggressive looking faux diffuser. And Black Sapphire out of direct sunlight. Now we'll talk about the big change that's in this car after only 1 year of production. And something I didn't think was going to happen, even though there were rumors about it happening. That is iDrive 8. Now, even looking at the ordering guides, they describe this as a widescreen display, whereas every other iDrive 8 vehicle describes it as a curved display. So I was a little fuzzy on the logic and how it would show up, but it is iDrive 8. Very surprising to me that they'd change it up this quickly, but we're greeted with Cognac perforated Sensitech. A very nice option, a very classic combination with Black Sapphire. And without further ado, let's get in and take a look at the pricing options and other things that have changed. So now we're greeted with iDrive 8. Now there are some displays you can change. So if you hit the hamburger button here, that will bring up content and layout, and you can use the controls on the car steering wheel to go through those things. And you can change how it's laid out and various things. That is only available in comfort mode, where you can change sort of how it displays here. So if you go to sport mode, this is your default view of the instrument panel. And then Eco Pro, this is what it looks like. Then we move over here, we got our iDrive 8 setup. Now, we discussed this in the M240i video. Basically, your climate controls are all going to be down here for it's not fan speed, but for temperature controls. So we're all right here. I haven't figured out a way to use the iDrive controller to get down there. There doesn't appear to be a way to do it. But you can get to the climate settings. So basically what you can do is go into the vehicle apps, and you can press and hold this to save it as a preset in your menu there for iDrive 8. So for easy access, you can save it up here. It'll show up here as shortcut. But those climate things are all right here. So you can actually use the iDrive controller to increase and decrease fan speed. You can see here, pretty easy to do, but you'll really have to rely on voice control or pressing the temperature control button here. So there's no way I figured out how to get down there using iDrive 8. So you can only go over to the side here, and you can't go down, which is unfortunate and probably a bad turn of phrase. But let's discuss the other features here. So we got, surprisingly, this is black rather than the anthracite, I think it's rhombosil. We'll make sure momentarily. A pretty good interior trim. So the other big change here is obviously the gear selector is gone in favor of this little nub that's appeared on the iX and now also the 3 Series, and here in the M240i and the other 2 Series coupes. But that's your gear selector. So if you want to use paddle shifting, you're going to have to go into sport mode, basically all the way down, and then click the sport mode, and then use the shift paddles to change gears. Otherwise, what's going to happen is if you're in drive, if you don't have any input in terms of shifting, it's going to go back to drive, and you're going to be without the use of the paddle shifters and controlling your shift points. All right, so let's talk about pricing. So for 2023, rear-wheel drive M240i starts at $47,900. Metallic paint, $650. Driving assistance, or excuse me, parking assistance package for $700. And then we've got the universal garage door opener for $200. Aluminum rhombus anthracite is $150. And that's it. So all told, MSRP of $50,595. So a pretty Spartan effort in terms of options on this car. There's not a whole lot. If I was expecting this for store inventory, it would have been a little bit higher. We've had a few more packages. It might have even gone with the cooling and high performance tire package. I don't do that for every M240i, but some of them. But this is what iDrive 8 looks like in the new M240i. Now, a lot of people criticize this thing as being tacked on, but really, that's the case for any other BMW, basically, central information display. They all feel sort of tacked on recently. But, I mean, it's really good layout, really easy to use and see, but you're going to have to get used to finding things. Now, the shortcuts are great. You're not sort of held captive by just 8 or 7 preset shortcuts available down here. So those buttons are gone. It's all in the iDrive. So essentially you have almost an unlimited space where you can save things to easy access them. So definitely things to consider. You will have to get used to where things are hidden, especially if you're coming from, say, iDrive 6 or iDrive 7. It's going to take some learning to get used to where things are. And you also, let's take a look at the interior lighting. And here are colors. Now, for me, it seems like there's a few more different colors available in iDrive 8. There's a lot of different things here, as opposed to iDrive 7, which was basically 1 and 2 tone things. But it's a pretty diverse selection of interior colors here. So, not bad. All right, let's take a look at the car. So basically, nothing's changed, right? Just iDrive 8 and a few other things, rear-wheel drive being available. So this is what the seats look like. I'm not going to get in the back. We've done that before. For me, it's a little bit cramped, especially headroom. But, I mean, it's not bad. All right, we'll take one more walk around the M240i. Rear-wheel drive, so that's finally appeared. So this is basically what the M2 is going to be based upon. Be excited to see that when it's unveiled. I think October 15th. But that's about it for a quick tour around the 2023 M240i with iDrive 8 now. And we'll see you at the next video.